Hey, what's going on, friends? Barry E. Knight, founder and CEO of BEK Impact Company. We are a leadership coaching and consulting firm. I want to take this time to welcome each and every one of you all to the leadership class coaching session. Listen, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. I don't know which side it's going to be on, probably this side. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have horrible views and followership because, number one, I need to be more consistent. So we're getting started. My videographer and I have talked about it. I'm going to get started communicating more about this leadership world and how to achieve breakthrough success and what you're called to do as a leader, whether you're leading an organization, your own business, you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a pastor, you're leading a ministry, whatever it is, a nonprofit. If you feel you are called to lead, then the leadership class coaching session, my friend, is for you. So I'm just talking. This is time for me to share and hopefully inspire, encourage, as well as push and challenge you to grow yourself, grow your teams, those that you're leading, and also grow your influence and your impact. So on social media, there was a post, and by the way, I'm looking at my phone, there's some notes here. There was a post that came up on Facebook that just really resonated with me, and I wanted to talk about that. And the post reads this: make who you're becoming more important than what you want, so that what you want will be attracted to who you've become. I'll read that again. Make who you're becoming more important than what you want, so that what you want will be attracted to who you have become. Now, let me kind of explain that to you, my friend. A lot of us in life, we want more money. We want to own a home. We want a better car. We want a better job. When people come to me and ask me for coaching, they ask, something they're asking for more of. Barry, I need more of this. I want to accomplish and achieve more of this, right? But because of limiting beliefs and oftentimes limiting behavior, their want, or where they are and what they want, seem to never connect. And it's almost like they're in the ring, right? They're doing this bounce in the boxing ring, getting ready to swing a punch, but they never come together. And why is that? There's an old statement that you've heard before, no doubt, that you don't attract into your life what you want. You attract into your life who you are. The Bible says this: as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Now, it's really talking about something else, but we won't get into that into the context. But we'll look at it in its general context. You attract into your life who you are, not what you want. So what does that mean? Let me read this statement again, because I think it's powerful. You have to make who you're becoming more important. In other words, yes, you want a bigger house. You want more money. You want to retire well. You want to travel the world. That's all great. But those things are attracted to who you are, not what you want, who you are. And so when we talk about who you are you a negative person? Are you someone who speaks one thing but then does another? You're kind of conflicting, what we call competing priorities or competing commitments. In other words, on one end, you're saying, oh, yes, I want that. But then the other end, you're saying, oh, I'll never get that job. Oh, yes, I want my company to grow. Oh, I went to this conference and I saw all these business owners and, oh my gosh, their businesses are flourishing. I'm going to do that too. And then the first time you don't get a sale, you're like, oh man, I don't think I'll ever do that. How am I going to get a sale? Nobody wants to buy my product. That's what we call, my friend, competing priorities. That's competing commitments. And I love talking about this leadership stuff. As a matter of fact, I've learned that when people talk about, say that I want to increase sales and revenue and profitability, all that stuff, what they're really saying, but they don't know that they're saying, or they don't even know that they need to say it, is I need to increase me. Increasing anything that your hands are touching doesn't come from the increase of the thing itself. It comes from increasing you. I could go into talking about my story, and I don't want to be arrogant about this, but I am where I am because I focused on growing me. Personal development. I changed different thinking patterns. I stopped hanging around certain people who always speak negatively about certain things. I had to get out of that world. I had to start hanging with people who are successfully doing what I am becoming. And I can tell you, my wife will tell you, my children will tell you, those who know me, that I've attracted into my life these things that I've been wanting. Now I'm able to take my family on vacations anywhere they want to go around the world. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm saying that as a principle and truth that works for you as well. This is something that you can do. Call it the law of attraction. If you're a Christian like me and you're really into kingdom principles, it's Matthew 11:24. Whatever you desire when you pray, believe that you have received it, and then you will have it. Well, the key is you have to believe that you received, and you can't receive that big vision in the size you are today. You have to expand your ability to believe, your ability to think of the impossible as possible. Again, this quote, make who you're becoming more important than what you want. I know you want that thing so bad, but who do you have to be to get it? In other words, that thing you want, even though let me say it this way, you're attracted to the thing, but guess what? The thing is also attracted to the next level you. Let me say it again. You're attracted to the thing, the lifestyle. You want it. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. If that's what God has for you, you deserve to have it. And I want you, my friend, to have that as well. You're attracted to the thing, but the thing is attracted to a higher level you, the next potential. So what I had to do is I had to go to school. I had to become a professional certified coach. I had to get around people like Bishop Dale Bronner. I had to get around people like Dr. Sam Chan and people in his company and who helped me think bigger and better. I had to get around people who are already succeeding. You know what that does when you're around people who are succeeding already in what you want to do? What happens is they give you little room to make excuses. Are you getting what I'm saying? In other words, when you hang around people who are successfully doing it, guess what? They've been where you are. They've struggled like you're struggling. They've gone through the same or similar challenges. And so when you're hanging around, if you hang around people at your level, then they're saying, yeah, I know it's hard. Yeah, it's hard for me too. And the next 5 minutes of conversation, they're not even talking about your problem anymore. They're talking about their own problem. Yeah, man, I've been through the same thing. When I did it, this is what happened. I lost everything. And you feel miserable. You don't feel empowered and motivated to really do what you're called to do because you're looking at what you want, but you're not focusing on who you are becoming. The number one thing in growing or achieving greater level success and achieving success in what you're called to do is focus on who you are becoming. From the year 2000 maybe until 2002, for 2 years, I invested over $50,000 in coaching and personal development. Now, to some, that's not even a lot of money. That's like a drop in the bucket, right? But to some, you're probably saying 50,000. Yeah, in a 2-year period. One contract was for $24,000. Another one was for $24,000 that I spent in development. I wanted to learn more about marketing, so I hired a coach to help me with marketing. Still learning how to do it, but I paid enough money to at least know the foundations of what I'm trying to do, right? And I hired a business coach, $24,000. I did some other things to make up the rest of the money, whatever, 48. So I don't know, whatever. It was over $50,000. I do know, I can say that. But my point is, I knew I wanted this lifestyle. I knew God had it for me. And I'm not trying to be religious on you, but I knew that this was exactly what I was supposed to have in my life. This is the life I was supposed to live as my family, with my family, excuse me. And so I began to work on me and I said, that is attracted to a certain type of berry. That this level is attracted to a certain type of conversation, right? So in order to do that, I shifted some things. Now, I'm not telling you to do these things, but I changed how I thought. I used to say, oh, I'll never fly first class. I mean, why? We get there at the same time. you know, we're landing the same, they get off the plane, maybe 5 minutes earlier than me. I'm not spending all that money. But then I talked to a buddy of mine and I noticed that some things are an investment. Now, I'm not telling you to do this. Please, this is not an advice. This is not being arrogant. But I understand that the people that I want to hire me, a lot of them fly first class. It's a law of averages and numbers, right? A lot of them fly first class. So I started to fly first class. Was going home to, not home, going to see my aunt. her 80th birthday. We were celebrating. Cousins were flying around the nation to Pensacola, Florida. So I flew from Ontario out here on American Airlines, which I'm not going to say anything about. But if you see my eyes, you know what I feel, how I feel about American Airlines. Neither here nor there. On the plane comes this guy. I'm in first class, sits right next to me, right? And if you got to understand something about me. When I get on a plane, I don't like to talk to anybody. I literally recline when I can, but many times by the time we're taking off, I'm knocked out, sleep, and I just want to catch up on some rest, right? But when this white guy came and sat by me, I said, this guy is going to be talking to me the whole time. Long story short, we did. We were talking the entire time and had the best conversation. He runs a multi-million-dollar business, travel business, sports travel business, boats and all that good stuff, water sports, and in Pensacola. Had a great conversation. He says, will you come on my podcast? We have probably about maybe 10,000 listeners. Can I invite you on? I enjoyed our conversation. I said, absolutely. Guess what happened? I went on his podcast. We recorded. He released the podcast. And then here comes somebody else calling me or shooting me a text or an email saying, hey, I saw you on the podcast. I listened to it. I enjoyed your conversation. Can you and I have a conversation? Now he and I are talking about some leadership coaching stuff, right? Now, what am I trying to say? Am I trying to brag about saying you need to up your lifestyle? No. What I am saying is you need to remove limits off of your life. Again, who you're becoming, make who you're becoming more important than what you want, so that what you want will always be attracted to who you have become. Okay? So I had a limited thinking about spending money, right? Spending money. I still am struggling with that a little bit, but I have this really love-hate relationship with money. I'm frugal. My wife says I'm cheap. Neither here nor there. But I had to break this limitation off and say, hey, this is an opportunity for me to gain business at a higher level. Because I know a lot of business people travel first class. Many. I'm not saying all, but many. And if I'm in first class, I'm moving myself in an environment, right, where people who speak a higher language than I. And I get to learn. I get to listen how they talk about business. I get to learn how they talk about money. What am I doing? They're already at that level. I'm not there yet. So what I have to do is, again, position myself. What you have to do, let me stop talking about me. What you have to do is remove that limited thinking off of your life, my friend. Get it out of your life. It doesn't help you. How is it working for you? Are you getting in your life what you want? Or are you getting in your life more of what you don't want? Or maybe you're getting the same of what you've always got. And you're better. You're created for greatness. You're created for more. As a matter of fact, your entire being is about increase. That's why you start off as a 6 to 8 pound baby or whatever you were, and you grow because your body in and of itself, the way you are divinely made, is all about increase. But at some point in life, we stop increasing here. We grow every other way, but we don't grow here. If you understand what I'm saying. We don't grow in our mental capacity. We don't grow in our thinking ability. We don't challenge ourselves with new concepts and new ways of seeing things and seeing situations. So because of this love-hate relationship with money, I love to have it, hated to spend it and give it away. But listen, you have to give money to make money. That's another financial, I won't even go on there. There's plenty of other financial people you can watch to take you there. What I just want to encourage you is, again, to focus on becoming more. Becoming more. Who is that person that is not afraid to take the leap? Who is that person that is not afraid to start the business, to go back to school, to switch careers and move from this career that you've been in for 25 years? Yes, I'm talking to someone in my family very close to me who I love dearly. 25 years, move from that and get into that position that you got your degree for. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for that master's degree. Move into that position so that you can begin living the life and attract those things into your life that you really want and that you really deserve. Listen, follow me on all of my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on LinkedIn. Those are the 3 specific that I'm on now. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel for more videos like this, I appreciate you for watching, hanging out with me. More is to come. My friend, my name is Barry E. Knight. I am a servant and I was created to serve you. Two fingers.